Okay. It was on. Okay, so I'm back. I'm back. It is 11:48. I don't know if you can make that out right there. Hold on, let's see if we can do it. 11:48. Tuesday, April 23rd. And this is the second video. This is the addendum video that you can see. So I'm not coincidentally. So as you saw, the video went this person right here, well not this person, but whatever this had moved up. There we go. Here we go. The little thing over here. So now it's starting to catch people. Before it didn't want to catch anybody. Because anytime when it like when it goes to one and then it goes to not off and then it goes off, all of a sudden like it doesn't equate to anything. And then once I had ended this video, when I had ended the last video, all of a sudden I wanted to show the views. I'm just like, oh, how convenient. But that's not the reason why I wanted to come up on here and do this video. I'm actually probably gonna wash my hair because I need to. On the yeah, like I'm just like jazz at the front. Anyway, no, because I forgot that I was literally on a trail about like bam 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 when I get here, when I get into like certain kind of like details about topics that I want to talk about, I'll literally start from right here. And then I find myself going on, I'm like, okay, but let me give the supportive information to this too. And then I don't go back to that. So yeah, what was that part that I wanted to say that I was like, obviously I was just like, oh yeah, like this is the interesting part. Sebastian. Hey. Hi. Hi. Hey man. Okay, he's in his own world. Okay, that's actually no, that's the thing. In his own world. Thank you. All right. So I was discussing how all right, so I was already discussing about like, people's interpretation when it comes to, trying to slander me and trying to start a fucking campaign and to slander me and this, that, here, and the third. But what I want to also go into, I still have to go find those articles and other pictures and things that I need to. I think it's in storage, and I have to go in here. That's another thing. I wanted to talk to you guys about that. Not tonight, of course. I want to tell you guys that I want to talk about that probably this weekend. If not this weekend, then maybe next week. I'm trying to shoot for next week if I can. If I can, probably not, because actually I think I have my own. Like I said the semester is ending, and I want to be on my p's and q's by giving my professor exactly like the materials that he needs and that he was requesting for. Um, yeah, goodness, it was a good class actually. I'm really suspicious of that. You ever be suspicious of like a good class? You're like, oh wow, this is a really nice. At first time, yo, I had a math class that actually was not bad, and I was like, wait, why? I was like, this is suspect. It's so suspect because I don't like math. And yeah, I was really good at I wasn't really good at it, but I was good at it. Good enough that I got like a nice grade on it. And I was like, this is too good. What's going on here? But yeah. All right, hold on. I call this video addendum. That's gonna English will change it. I call this video an addendum because it's supposed to go on to elaborate on the information I was talking about prior in the other video. Okay. So the person who was saying that, oh yeah, so what is it like? So this is how the whole setup. Like they'll ask questions already knowing the answers to it, but trying to like, set it up to, or they won't know it and they'll just try to set it up in order for you to go ahead and tell them. But okay, so they were just like, oh, so like what is it like, to have sex with a white person? Mind you, this person is a half a virgin. So like they've already had, like I said, it's either butt stuff or okay. So oh, must be conversation. So it's either like, butt stuff or so this person was already doing the deed. You feel me? So if this person is already doing the deed and over here trying to pretend like, oh, so like I'm over here, but now I'm not thinking anything of it. Because remember, I have like my whole little virginity pack, and I'm over here thinking like, oh, okay, like who am I? Oh my god. Hold on. I'm just gonna keep going. Now, unless this bitch like folds into a fucking origami, then quit the shit. So anyway, pardon me, because I have like posters up. So like I said, butt stuff and and girl, I, I have my little minutes here. 1 and 2 minutes, 1 minute 2. All right, so yeah, like I said, with Little Miss butt stuff and Little Miss anal. Oh man, that's just like that's such a double. That's such a double meaning right there. Double entendre. Someone who's anal and known for anal. That's crazy. And who's extremely triple entendre. Yo, like she's so anal with so many things, and it's like she was, little Miss Anal. So no, it's double entendre. So yeah, I just feel like Little Miss thing was really being like doing the most. That's all I want to say. Addendum is just a part about the whole like, oh, like what was it? Are you done? Are you done? Okay. So the addendum, the addendum part was just basically me just being on the part about like her talking about like oh, so what is it like having sex with a white person? And mind you, I was the one that was always hold on, let's go back, let's date it back. It took me a while to have feelings for anybody because that moment. And then I had like my first boyfriend like in third grade, and then afterwards, that's after that situation, that's when that moment had happened, and that's when kind of like I kind of shut down. And it took me a while. My first love after that was shortly after I had like obviously you get interest. Mine was Aladdin from Aladdin, and then Leonardo DiCaprio from Romeo and Juliet, and that kind of just stuck with me. That kind of stuck with me, and I was like, okay, yeah. So boom, um, and then I forgot that actor from the Jungle Book, not the cartoon, but the live action Jungle Book. Mm, okay, yes, yes, he played Bruce Lee in the Bruce Lee movie. Yes, he can get it. Like, oh my god, man! Like he was like literally like, bro, he was like definitely Mr. Yes. He had his chest out all the time. He had muscles. It was so cute. And then after that, who else was it? Okay, so after him, it was still always, Leonardo DiCaprio. And then after that, yeah, but definitely the Jungle Book guy. And of course it was it was Usher. But always again, Leonardo DiCaprio. So and then it was Russell Crowe, Velocity, movie Velocity, Boom Boom. And yeah, the only reason why I'm saying these things is because like I'm just telling you like the foundation of like my interests here. But I've always had an interest in men of different walks of the world and things of that nature, different cultures, but different beliefs and la la la. So it was me who decided to actually have relations outside of my race. And well, I do have that in my family, but it was just like, officially. I mean, officially, it's just like, I do have it in my family, but I'm just saying, as I mean, what do I look like? Hello. So it's just like, for me to have a relationship with someone who is white and I was just like, oh, okay. So they wanted to get insight and things of that nature. But I'm just like, I wanted to be like, well, didn't you already have sex with like, because she did have like, boyfriends who were Latino, but that's not the same technically because I mean, there are white passing Hispanics, but my older brother and my godfather are prime examples of that. And no, actually, I would definitely say like, yeah, yeah. Depending on how you catch them, they can look Italian. On a good day, they will look Italian. But yeah, she had relationships like she had like boyfriends who were like Hispanic, and that was during high school. But afterwards, she didn't really tell me. I know that when she went to HBCU, it was obviously the brothers, and mm, and in high school, she had a relationship with the teacher. So with teachers. So, but the one teacher who's white, to my knowledge, I don't know if there's any more, but the one where the article is where I wanted to go ahead and have that one as a reminder about justice being served. That was the one that she was saying that, she did like butt stuff too. It's either butt stuff but I just remember having the article saying that justice is served. So it's kind of weird that, I guess from something from high school going in several years later, probably like 6 years later, she's like, oh, what is it like to have sex with like a white guy? And I'm just like, um, Miss Butt Sex, I don't know. Like, I mean, I can tell you, I'm just like, oh, it's all the same in the dark. But I was like, okay, are you really gonna act like you weren't down with this role? Like, you feel me? She wanted to. This is the kind of person who always wanted to try to pretend like she was one way, but she was another. This was the kind of person who always wanted to feel like she would definitely be the kind of person who'd be like, "Oh, what you wearing?" Like before lace wigs was, a popular thing, or before natural hair was a popular thing. She was like, "Oh, you're wearing that? Oh, wow! Like I could never." And then she'll do it, and then she'll fucking do it, or she was probably practice, or she'll probably like practice something, and probably or like wanting to do it, and then when she'll see somebody wearing it, or she'll see somebody doing, it, she's like, "Oh, well, I don't know. I feel like this like." I don't know. I just not me. It seemed like she would be fishing for compliments. Oh yes, and that's another thing I want to talk about. That I said that was like an addendum. The only time that we had like a good time was when it was like either at a restaurant, going to the movies, hanging out at like if I wanted to break my habit of being a homebody and I wanted to go to the club, like only moments during distractions where you act like like I'm talking to her, even though I know that she's watching. Only during those moments of distractions were you actually somebody to tolerate. That's the only reason why. Looking back on it, because technically right now it is 12:01. So it's April 24th. It's a Wednesday. So like, but only during those times were you actually fucking tolerable. You had to have distractions. You had to have people like really not see. And like even then, even though you had like a whole nother fucking kind of personality and life behind my fucking back, I still could not fucking tolerate you unless we were doing something where we had fucking distractions, bitch. You were because during the moments where we actually had to talk, you would say some slick shit, and you would try to hide it under a fucking joke, and you'd be like, and then you try to like make people feel like guilty and shame them. You still do it now, but at this point, I don't give a fuck, and enough people know why, because you're a horrible fucking person. You always have to try to put on like a fucking front. Like, oh, I don't know, like, about like this, that, here, and the third, or I wouldn't know anything about how people move shiesty. I can never do that. And the whole time you doing it. Whole time you fucking doing it. So yeah. So I wanted to make those my addendums because I'm just like, I never want to like leave people well, for the most part, for this moment, I don't want to leave people wondering because where it was that I was trying to go off on this. I was just like, I wanted to hit those two spots. Those three spots. Definitely the part about, how the relationship really lasted that long. And maybe it just might save people in the future when it comes to like, having those friends where you're just like, wait a minute, you're not really best friend because it seems like the only time that we actually are agreeing, like, and like being okay in each other's company is when we are fucking distracted by food and having like a few couple of drinks, um or loud music around. where you are hardly talking. Like, or you're just singing. Like you're putting your fucking lips to good fucking use. And mostly I'm either talking about something or we're talking about something that's like, something on TV, or we're talking about something that's just like, where it's not about you fucking gossiping on people, where it's literally something about the future. We're talking about ideas or some shit like that. But you're just like such a fucking low worth, low vibrational person where you have to reiterate my words in order for you to look like you have something sufficient to say, or like you are somebody of value when you're not. You're so fucking not. But that's that. That and the whole part about that information where you needed to go ahead and try to disguise jokes, and we can definitely get into that later, where you needed to disguise jokes in order to minimize your jealousy and how much you were just an awful human being. And yet all it did was just show about like, how much of a loser you are and how you still are confused about what real love and I guess real love and what real self-care and self-love is. Because people can understand that quite well. That cartoon is just very, very evident. Okay, I'm gonna go now. The woman is, oh, yeah, I'm stuck in the dark. I was like, yo, I was that time with the Facebook thing. Yeah, because I'm upset. Like I'm really getting, yeah, it's getting me upset because the thing on Facebook and that whole event that happened, that whole like moment, or just two moments, two exclusive moments where I'm literally saving face for you so that way you don't embarrass yourself looking stupid in front of just, our shared friends. And I'm so glad I don't have to do that shit anymore. Like I just call you out for like the fucking bitch that you are because you should have never opened your fucking mouth in the first place. And yet the only time when you feel comfortable opening your fucking mouth is behind my fucking back. Because for all the things I guarantee fucking to you, for all the slick shit that you can say, I can definitely say some shit that's slicker. Definitely. And the only way you can seriously prove that shit is because she is anchored in keeping that shit behind my fucking back, passive fucking aggressively. We've seen the fucking like court situations. She's a bitch. Punk ass bitch. Ah, so glad I do not have to do. I'm like, yo, you will never ever be welcome